He lied. Y'all need to worship him. Lied.
Okay, so you guys have probably seen this video. This video has been doing the rounds on the news, and I just thought I would just listen. You don't have to agree with me on this, but just watch. I'm gonna look at this. I just finished doing a degree in history, and how I look at things through a historian lens is I look at the evidence and then I analyze it for the entirety of it, not just the specifics. Because one thing you need to, pay in mind here is the narrative is this old dude was pushed over by this policeman. That is the narrative we're hearing. And it's a very good narrative because if you think about it, there are three protected classes in society. You've got elderly, women, and children. Those three. If you do anything to those three, no matter what the circumstances are, you're always going to be demonized and you always look negative. So for 1 second, I need you to ignore the fact that there's a 75-year-old man. So just look at his actions as if it was you that was doing these actions. Just imagine yourself as this guy, okay? Before we go on, because everyone's gonna try to say, "Oh, he's old, he's feeble." Listen, old men can be strong. I mean, right now we're seeing Mike Tyson at 53. He looks better than most people. I'm 23 and Mike Tyson's better in shape than me. So let's not do this whole old man feeble thing because there's no reality where this is true. Yes, some old men are feeble, but then others are very strong. Okay, so let's go. One thing I'm gonna play this in its full fast frame first, and then we'll break it down frame by frame. So here's the first version. Again, we see the guy walks up to the police officers, then gets shoved, like shove, and then yeah. Again, we've all seen this. We've seen this video. But let's go back. And things, I'm gonna go frame by frame on this because I think when you go frame by frame, it makes this video make more sense. Because otherwise, it just looks crazy. And as I'm going through, I want you guys to be questioning everything that's going on here. One of the first things you need to question, which I've been questioning, is why is he here? Now, ask yourself, this guy is all by himself. There's no one else there. Why is he there? When you start asking these questions, this video doesn't make sense. And the other thing is, apparently he'd picked up a mask that a policeman had dropped, and he was trying to give it back to them. And you have to ask yourself, okay, where's the policeman that lost the mask? Have you seen the policeman who lost the mask come out and say, "Oh yeah, that was my mask that I lost"? Again, I was just because they said when you start asking these questions, this video doesn't make any sense. So let's go frame by frame. As we see the guy walking up to them. So what I'm gonna do here, first I'm gonna zoom in when he gets shoved, because you need to see that the shove, it doesn't play a factor in him falling and tripping and busting his head open. Okay. And the other thing I need you guys to pay attention on. So this guy is massive. Okay. The media is telling us he's a feeble old man, but this guy is clearly above 6 foot. He's towering over this police officer's head. I mean, look at him. Massive, at least 6 foot minimum, 200 pounds minimum. And these are the minimum stats. He's probably quite taller than that. So we can get this whole feeble narrative out of the way, because any man at 6 foot and 200 pounds, it takes a lot more effort to push him. So let's go frame by frame. As you see, the police officers start walking towards him. He's trying to show them something on his phone. And this is the weird part. He already starts moving before anything has been done to him. His body weight is already leaning back as if he wants to fall. Okay? You start seeing him. He's already moving back. He's already moving back. He's already moving back. And then this is the police officer that comes and shoves him. And at this point, he's already moving back. At this point, he's already he hasn't even been touched yet at this point, and he's already falling backwards, and he hasn't been touched. and then we see the light shove from the police officer. What's the police officer here? He doesn't. There is no. This isn't a shove to push someone over. This is just to shrug someone off. He doesn't put any effort into this shrug. He just puts his arm out. It doesn't even really lean into his shove. Like if you really wanted to shove someone over, you would lean into it and apply pressure. But he just nonchalantly just brushes him off with his arm, and the guy goes flying. I mean, look at the size difference between this guy and these police officers. It's staggering. When you really look at it, it's staggering. He's a very big guy. But again, let's keep going. I'm gonna zoom out here now because we need to watch his feet, because his feet, as much as his falling story, you know, is trying to the media is trying to make sense of it. His feet gives him away, because what we know about the human body is, you know, the human body doesn't like getting hurt. Your body has natural reactions to stop you from getting hurt. So it's very hard to hurt yourself most of the time because your body stops it from happening. So you look at his feet, and his feet gives him away. So he starts falling back. Here he's been shoved. Here you can see his foot steady, stable. Here he can just apply, he can just tense his feet and tense his muscles in his left leg, and he will stop falling. That's what he has to do here. And his body naturally wants to do that. And you see his body naturally wants to do that, but he forces himself to twist, to move his body weight to his right leg so he can pretend to keep falling. And you see him he shift his body weight to his right leg. And again, his right leg, his body gives him away. His right leg tenses up. Here he can stop falling. So what does he do again? He shifts his weight back to his left. So now he can fall. And come on. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. And he's falling. And this is the craziest part. We look here as he's falling, right? Everything about us tells us he's gonna fall straight on his bum here. His back is almost straight. Nothing about this stance here tells us he's going to fall parallel to the ground. Okay? If he was going to fall parallel to the ground, it would have happened when he was still here. It would not be happening when he's here. Okay? If he'd been shoved here, he would have fell with force. That's when he would have fell parallel to the ground, and he probably would have landed, you know, about here. He's a massive guy, right? But no, here it looks like he's gonna fall around his bum here, and he's got his hands out here to support him, and he's still holding this mask here and the phone. So you see him fall again. So my computer is starting to freeze here. But again, if we start seeing him here, he's falling, and at this point, he can let go of the mask and the phone and stop himself from falling with his arms. Like, think about it logically. If you've ever been in a situation you're about to hurt yourself, your body's first reaction is to stop the danger. But here, no, he's got to keep his phone. Of course, he can't break his phone. He's got to keep the policeman's mask. So, for some unknown reason, this guy, instead of stopping himself from falling by, you know, getting rid of these things, which aren't his, because the phone I don't think is his, because he was trying to give it to a police officer. The mask isn't his, so he doesn't have any need to keep those items safe, per se. So, at this point, any logical human would have dropped those items, and as they're falling on their bum here, you would cushion your fall with your arms, right? You know, I'm not making that part up, but like a logical person at this point would say this guy is about to fall in his bum. And this here, again, at this point he's already, I believe at this point he's touched the ground. And this is where I'm going to get into the camera angles. Now, we've seen this video. I'm pretty sure I can't remember which news channel first broke it. But one thing I need you guys to bear in mind is this is being recorded by a professional cameraman that works for a news company. I can't remember what news company it is now, but this is inside. It might be inside the first broke it. What you need to be aware of, these guys are trained. Like if you're a cameraman that works for a news you're trained to record action. Yeah, we can all agree on that. So these guys are very used to recording action in live scenarios, so they have to be quite quick with how they move. So explain to me why this cameraman is recording what is essentially this old man being, abused by police officers, but he allows him to go out of frame for multiple seconds, multiple seconds. It's out of frame, it's out of frame, it's out of frame, it's out of frame. Yep, just casually out of frame. Then he decides to start turning the camera, and suddenly now the guy has a concussion and he's dying and bleeding and has heart attacks and all sorts. And what I'm saying here, is that not weird to anyone, or is that just to me? you know, is this just weird to me that this guy, as we're watching this video, the cameraman is recording it? Look at it. Stops. He doesn't move the camera. He doesn't move the camera. Then he moves it. Come on. Don't be bamboozled. Don't be bamboozled. And oh, this is the guy here. This is the victim. Um, Local activist. Look at him. Come on.